Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Ron Gerhardstein. I'm the Associate Director of Bands here at Pacific Lutheran University. And on behalf of my colleague, Dr. Ed Powell, our Director of Bands, who happens to be in Prague right now on a study away trip, and he's not a stranger to many of our teachers and students in the room, but on behalf of Dr. Powell, PLU, the Department of Music, I want to welcome you to Pacific Lutheran University and Lagerquist Concert Hall. This ensemble here is the Northwest Honor Band, our concert band. We've had a fantastic 2 days of learning and making music, and it's been a pleasure to be here with these students. I want to make sure that we thank all of their teachers. If all the teachers of these students could stand, that would be wonderful. This concert's going to be amazing, and none of this work happens without these teachers who do fantastic work with these students day in and day out. When we have an honor band, we get to kind of come in and spend 2 special days with them, but really all the hard work happens at home, and it's because of these teachers. We want to thank them for all that work and for sharing their students with us. I want to introduce their conductor. You know, when you have an honor band like this, you want to get a great conductor, and certainly we've had that. You also want to have a fantastic teacher, and we have also had that. And it's even better when you can add on top of that a fantastic human being. And we've had Dr. Peter Haberman here from Concordia College in Minnesota. And many of us from the Northwest know him as a former high school band director at Mercer Island High School back about 15 years ago. And it's just been a fantastic opportunity to see him work with these students, to conduct and teach them, but also to share his life experiences with them and just to share his humanity with them. So please welcome to the stage Dr. Peter Haberman.
Hi, everyone. I wouldn't usually speak before each piece, but we're doing things out of order, and so I just want to introduce each piece quickly for you before we begin. The first piece we're going to play for you today is called Melodious Thunk. Anybody out there who knows the jazz great pianist Thelonious Monk, this was his wife's nickname for him, which also described his personality and his music making. So this young composer, David Biedenbender from Michigan, is a jazz pianist as well, and really enjoyed all of Thelonious Monk's music. And so he wrote this piece. He's also quoted a few different bebop jazz standards that are not necessarily Monk's original works, but are of that same era in this great opener. So we hope you enjoy Melodious Thunk. It's been a wonderful 2 days. It's also been wonderful to have a team, to be here with Dr. Rob Lee. Last year, in the same month, we had the opportunity to work together as well in Virginia. So it's fun. It's like every January I get to see him, even though we live in different parts of the country. So that's been enjoyable. And this wonderful school and this wonderful place has been great to be in. Great rehearsal halls and wonderful mentors and teachers and conductors. Both Dr. Powell, who's away, sadly in Europe all month. It's really tough. And Dr. Gerhardstein have been great hosts and helped getting all this ready, both this weekend as well as earlier. So we'd like to welcome Dr. G back to the stage to do the next piece, Appalachian Morning by Robert Sheldon. So all these students got together. The first time we had a rehearsal together and they looked at this music for the first time was at 1 o'clock yesterday. So in the last 28 hours, this is what's happened with, how many people are on stage? 125 students from all over Washington. I think that's just amazing. And I wanted to say thank you to them. No one's ever accused me of being idle or relaxed. I'm pretty intense, and we started at 1 o'clock, and I just drove the bus all the way till 5:30, and I was jumping on the podium, I was throwing things, I was all amongst them. They didn't know where I was going to be next, maybe a little scared at times, but it's okay. We got a lot accomplished, and I felt it was a wonderful time. You can ask them later, but they were just amazing, even this morning, and hardworking and diligent and respectful, quiet, working as hard as they can, listening, and really going outside of often their comfort zones with what they do with music. And I just wanted to say thank you to them publicly with everybody in the room, because it was really a wonderful experience for me to be able to work with so many of you and have this just such a great response. It just allowed me to keep going and pushing and pushing and pushing, and we get all this stuff that's beyond notes and rhythms on the page. So I just wanted to say thank you to them. The next piece. The next piece we're going to play is titled American River Songs. It is by Pierre LaPlante, a Wisconsin native, and he researched 3 different ferry river, Mississippi River style work songs. The middle one you'll know, it's very, very recognizable. And it's just a wonderful arrangement of all 3, as well as a great composition for these young men and women. Here is American River Songs by Pierre LaPlante. Isn't that fun? Lots of good melodies. I know that Dr. Gerhardstein, I don't know why it's so hard. Dr. G. I know why Dr. G already recognized the teachers, but I just have to say, this doesn't happen if they don't all show up with all of these great musical skills and all of these tools in the toolbox that take years and years and hours of weeks and years to build in terms of reading rhythm and the control and embouchure and air support and instruments and lessons and paying for all that stuff. Yeah, my daughter's now in 5th grade band. I know how all that works. And so I just wanted to say thank you to the parents for the many concerts that you go to and the morning lessons and the marching band in the afternoon and the evening and all of those things. Thank you, because they wouldn't have these opportunities without you. But I just want to give a second thank you. You had them stand, right? I just want to say thank you to all the private teachers and the band directors that are in this room for all the great work they do. Without all of them, this wouldn't happen. My job's really easy. I just come in, wave the stick, and I get to go home. But they, every day, are working with these great young men and women. So thank you again to all the teachers for all you do on their behalf. Shuffling's catching on here in Washington. The situation of music education in the state's really going well and going strong. You should be really proud of that. It's not that way everywhere. Our last piece this afternoon, I'll say, is a wonderful nod to another band director. Gabriel Musella is a Texas band director himself, but this piece was written for his mentor, his first band director in the 80s, way back in the 80s, whose name was Richard Crane. And so he wrote this piece. Of course, Mr. Musella is of Latin descent, and so he wrote Don Ricardo for his mentor. And it is this wonderful Spanish pasodoble with all the fire and testosterone and toreador that can be in such a pasodoble, and it's really altered with these wonderful states of just dainty delicate, beautiful writing as well. So we hope you enjoy our ending march, Don Ricardo.